now 6 cubed is just equal to 216. Alright, so now when we're simplifying, we're just going to factor. So the top factor is 2, x plus 9, x minus 9. And the bottom is going to factor 2, x minus 10, x plus 9. And now we can cancel out our common term, the x plus 9, x plus 9. And we finish with x minus 9 over x minus 10. Remember, you cannot cancel these out because of the subtraction. Same up here, you can't cancel these out because of this subtraction. So that's our final answer, x minus 9 over x minus 10. Alright, so for this one, what I'm going to do is a lot of different ways you could solve this, but I'm going to multiply the top. So 4 times 6 gives me 24. Now I'm going to combine my x's on top. So I have 4 x's here, 1 x there, so that gives me x to the 5th. And now the y, I have 1y and 3y. So y times y cubed gives me y to the 4th. And I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom now. 2 times 3 gives me 6. And there's no x. There's an x there, so we have x squared. And y to the 5th times y to the 4th gives me y to the 9th. So I've combined the top, I've combined the bottom. Now I'm going to simplify this. And so what happens is we just treat this as 3 separate problems. So 24 divided by 6 becomes 4. I have 5 x's here, 2 here. And so if you were to think about this logically, this would be 5 x's on top, 2 x's on bottom. And so x's cancel, 2 of them do. And so I'm left with the x cubed on top. And we can also get that by going the bigger number minus the smaller number. So 5 minus 2 gives us 3, because we had more x's on top. Here we have more y's on the bottom. And so 9 minus 4 gives us 5. So this expression reduces to 4x cubed over y to the 5th. Alright, on 14 we're going to factor everything we can. And so on the top there we get x plus 2 times x minus 2, just difference of squares. On the bottom, this factors to x plus 7 times x minus 2. So when we divide, we actually multiply by the reciprocal, and so this is going to go to the bottom. And so I'm going to factor that now and get x minus 3, x plus 2. And then this is going to go to the top. And I'm going to take out a 3 and get x plus 7. So I kind of combined 2 steps there. I factored everything, and then since this was division, I wrote it as multiplication, but I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal, so the top goes to the bottom and the bottom goes to the top. So now we're going to look and see what we can cancel. And so I can cancel out the x minus 2, so 1-to-1 cancel. Here I can cancel out the x plus 2 with this x plus 2. Now I'm able to cancel out the x plus 7 with the x plus 7. And so now I'm looking to see if I can cancel anything else. I have the 3, and I have this 3, but this 3 is attached to the x with subtraction, so that can't be canceled. And so my final answer is just 3 over x minus 3. Alright, so in order to add, we have to have common denominators. And so what I'm going to do is factor the bottom, just so we can see what's happening here. And so the fraction on the left has a 5, this one has a 2, so to be fair, this one needs a 5 also. Now this one has an x, and this one has an x, so that's good. So we took care of this x and this x. So now we look at the one on the right. This has a 2. This one doesn't have a 2, so to be fair, this also needs a 2. So this has the 2, the 2, the 5, the 5, this x, and so this one has one more x. So that means this side needs another x. And so when I multiply, to be fair, so I don't change the value, you notice I'm putting x over x because I'm multiplying by 1. 2 over 2, I'm multiplying by 1, so it doesn't change the value of the expression. So now I can clean this up, and so I get x times 2 times 4, which is 8x on top. And on the bottom now, x times 2 times 5 times x gives me 10x squared. On the right, so now this has to be distributed. So we get 5x minus 5 over 5 times 2 times x is 10x squared. And so now since I have a common denominator, I can add them. And the denominator doesn't change. So now 8x plus 5x gives us 13x, and the minus 5 doesn't have anything to combine with. And so my final answer is 13x minus 5 over 10x squared. Alright, so when we're solving